Okay, so I understand that everybody is upset about the Philadelphia Eagles, but I really think we need to calm down and look at the glass half full. I am not usually optimistic. I'm your average Philadelphia Eagles fan, and I hate losing. But at the same time, I hate having my hopes and dreams crushed, which seems to happen 49 out of every 50 years. So, Doug did not do well this year. He has not done well this year at all. And I don't think he's done well the last couple of years. If you had to choose between Carson Wentz 2017 and Doug Peterson, go back and look at the tape. A lot of the touchdowns, a lot of the things that was happening on the offensive side of the field was Carson Wentz improvising. It was not the offense. It was not the play calling. It was his decision making, Carson Wentz's decision making. When the line broke down and he found Aguilar, Torrey Smith. When he broke sacks, Alshon Jeffrey was younger, healthier. He was getting open. Carson Wentz was a problem this year. He played very bad. He was also scared for his life. The hunter became the hunted almost every week, and he got scatterbrained. He got scared, and Doug Peterson did not help. His play calling was terrible. I mean, I was yelling at the TV so many times. If you're going to go forward on fourth down, and they have the base set of 4 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers, and you have 12 personnel, and you call a play to pass the ball, you're an idiot. And Doug's not an idiot. That's me. But in that particular situation, you run the freaking ball. That happened many times this year. Many times where it's 3rd and 1, and it's 4th and short. And instead of just running the ball, you freaking call a pass play. What are you doing? That's Doug. And point I'm trying to make is Doug could not coach a quarterback like Carson Wentz. Not on his own. He needed help. He cannot do it on his own. He needs, I don't know what he needs. He needs a mobile quarterback. Quite frankly, he needs to give up play calling and head coaching duties. I think he might make it as just an offensive coordinator, but he cannot do both. And he cannot coach the style of play I think Carson Wentz is good at. Carson Wentz is not as athletic as he was in 2017. Nowhere close. You watch the film in 2017 and watch the film of him running the last 2 years, ever since he came back from the ACL, MCL. It is night and day. And Doug is still coaching like Carson Wentz is still there in 2017, like he's just as healthy. And he's not. Carson Wentz is a different quarterback now than what he was in 2017. He cannot scramble that often. He cannot run as fast. He cannot just muscle his way out of sacks like he did back then. And Doug has been oblivious to this fact when everybody else is seeing it. Everybody else, from fans to Howie to Lori, has seen the writing on the wall, and Doug was just stuck. He was just stuck on, this is the way I've run it since 2016. This is the way that it worked for the last, the first 2 years, and this is the way it's gonna go the next couple of years. I'm gonna call the shots. I'm gonna call the plays, and I'm not gonna bring in an offensive coordinator that's gonna try to take play calling duties. At the end of the day, that's what I think happened. I truly believe that he did not want to give up his playbook. He did not want to give up that control. And it might be because that's the only control that he had. This is my playbook, this is my plays, I'm going to call the plays. Because Howie and Lori hired everybody else. According to reports, they did the hiring for offense. They did the hiring for Marty Morningwig to come in and do, consulting work, which is something that's never been done before. I don't know if that was an experiment that did not work out at all. There's too many cooks in the kitchen this year. I think Carson Wentz was being told and yelled at and coached to listen, and someone got in his ear to say, stop changing the plays, Carson. Do what the coach tells you. And Carson was like, okay, I'm going to do what the coach tells me to do, and what the coach is telling me to do is getting me killed. And it's making me throw interceptions. And now I'm scared for my life, and I'm scared for my health because the right side of my line's not holding up. Lane Johnson's not there. Left side, oh my gosh. Peters, love him, Hall of Famer, but not good. Did not play good this year. He hasn't played good in the last 2 years. I don't know why we brought him back, especially for that amount of money. How he's going to get us out of that, I don't know how, but he's going to get us out of that. I feel like we got a lot of talent, and I feel like we can do well. No matter what coach comes in, I feel like injuries hindered us a lot more than a lot of the mainstream media is giving it credit for. I mean, we set the record for linemen starting lineups by not just one or two or three. I think it might have been like 5 or 6. I think the previous record was like 9, maybe 11. We had 14 this year, so I don't know. That was a huge problem. Wide receivers, not, Alshon Jeffrey, Deshaun Jackson, got to stay healthy. And people just need the route running. They need good route running, and we have nobody who is coming. Nobody, wide receivers coming out of college needs to be coached up. And this is another knock on Peterson with the coaching thing. You gotta teach your young bucks how to do things, and he either left the position coaches he either gave them too much freedom, or he tried to get in there and coach them up himself, and he has no idea what he's doing as far as that's concerned. I have more of a feeling that he just pretty much let the position coaches do what they got to do, and it hasn't worked out. Wide receivers weren't getting open. They weren't being coached right. You don't just come out from college and know how to get open in the NFL. And they weren't being coached how to do that. How to get off the line of scrimmage, how to get off of press, how to get in and out of breaks, turning the hips, all that good stuff. One of the things that annoyed me this year with the wide receivers more than anything, is look at Russell Wilson's wide receivers when he's improvising and scrambling. Everyone is still moving. Look at Aaron Rodgers. When he's moving, the wide receivers do the route realize that, he's he's scrambling back there. He's still not getting sacked. So they run towards him, away from him, trying to get open, getting the hole in the zone. And Aaron Rodgers finds him. Our wide receivers didn't do that, and I don't think they were coached to do that. I think they were coached to do 5 yards in, 5 yards slant. Okay, if you're not open, what then? They were coached. Carson Wentz doesn't give you the ball, then he don't give you the ball. Jalen Hurts, when he came in, if he don't throw you that ball, then he don't give you the ball. I don't know, just stand there. And next play, I guess. And that's wrong. So, Doug Peterson, I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but I think a fresh start is needed for both the Eagles and Doug Peterson. I absolutely think that it's good on both ends. Doug can go to another team. He can get the control he wants, hire the people he wants, and see whether or not he's good enough to be an NFL head coach as well as an offensive coordinator. And then we have too much money tied into Carson, too much draft capital, too much time and effort to just let him go because he had a bad season. Give him a chance. I feel like he's getting a bad rep, and I think most of it's coming from a lot of the sports radio hosts who are just throwing conclusions out there and not really knowing facts. They're just saying, I heard from my mother's uncle whose cousin works for the Philly organization that Carson Wentz rubs people the wrong way because he's a born-again Christian. What kind of bullshit is that? I'm sorry for the language. It's ridiculous. Until I hear a player come out that's not Alshon Jeffrey, who's mad because Zach Ertz is getting the bulk of the balls, then I don't want to hear nothing. I mean, I don't like Scandrick, but Scandrick never came out and said Carson Wentz is an a-hole, or Carson Wentz doesn't care about his teammates, or Carson Wentz doesn't know how to fight. Carson Wentz works hard, and I think we got to give him a shot. And I think we got to give him a shot with a new coach. Hopefully a coach who knows how to coach him. I heard a lot of things about how he wouldn't listen to Doug Peterson. And Press Taylor is his best friend and whatever. And Carson, he likes Press Taylor because he's his friend. Well, screw that. When I played football, I wanted to be coached. It was hard. I didn't like it sometimes. But every football player out there knows that if you don't got a coach to actually coach you and call you out when you do, when you're wrong, or when you're not working hard, or when you're not doing the fundamentals, you need that, bro. You need that. Carson Wentz needs that. He doesn't need a best friend. He needs a coach. He needs a coach that's not going to give up on him like Doug did twice. So just throwing it out there. This may be a good thing for both. And yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, but now's the time to be excited. We're on the hunt for a new coach. He's gonna come in here with fresh eyes, and let's go out there and do something. Let's go out there. Our O-line's coming back. Our D-line is, we got some depth. We got some D tackles we need to get. But I think we'll be okay. We just need a coach who can coach position-wise and is not scared to call Carson out and not scared to call the receivers out and not scared to call defensive players out when they're not performing, which is another thing. I don't want to hear all this crap about how our defense was good this year. Our defense was not good. Oh yeah, we held, teams to under 30 4 or 5 times, or they only scored 30 4 or 5 times this year. We played bummy teams, bro. We did not play great quarterbacks, bro. Like, I don't want to hear that crap. Our defense was not good this year. Again, injuries had a lot to play with it. Defense, if a defense allows 24 points in freaking 2 quarters, and all you can do is drop back and pass, I mean, what? Of course, Carson's going to get murdered, or Jalen Hurts is going to get murdered back there. I mean, what can you do, You got to throw the ball at that point. And then if Doug Peterson's not calling run plays when you're up by 17, what do you expect to happen? It's just Philadelphia Eagles all the way, bleeding green. I'm excited for the new chapter, and I think we're going to make it work. I don't know who we're going to choose. I'm hoping they give Deuce Staley a chance. I don't know. He's been there long enough. I hope he gets his opportunity, and I think he's seen enough coaches between Chip Kelly, Andy Reid, Doug Peterson to know what's good, what's bad, to know what works, what don't. And I think he should be given an opportunity, at least an interview. And if this is a rebuild, like Lori said, and the next 2-3 years is about building up this team again, why not give Deuce a chance? You literally have nothing to lose, right? If he goes out there and they play hard for him and he's able to, Carson Wentz, get your shit together, Carson. And they go out there and they're 10-6, 9-7, 11-5, or they make the playoffs. Well, you made the playoffs with a chance to go to the Super Bowl, baby. And you made the right call. And if he doesn't do well, Cap, it's fixed. We know what players work, what players don't. And you can get somebody else in here. Give Deuce a chance. Come on, Lord. Give him a chance. Howie. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching, if you watched. And I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to try to do one of these every day as much as I can. Just a rambling fool coming home from work every day, I got a pretty long commute, about 35 minutes usually. Today was a good day. But till tomorrow, guys, I'll talk to you later. I'm out.